So this is what, week 3?
Is it week 3?
Session 4, I think. Well, it would have been session 4, but we didn't ride on Monday because she was a bit cuckoo.
Yeah, you did the groundwork, didn't you, and kept the groundwork.
So she's had a week off.
Yeah.
And this is first day back on.
Feels like we've ridden them all.
I know. And I haven't introduced you to Cindy yet. I don't know what you can see on my head cam right now. But we'll have to do that at some point.
Yeah. Oh, the digger or whatever's just gone, so I'll let her just work that one out first. Yeah. Right, so she's offering to move.
Okay, what do you want me to do today?
Stand there unless she tries to go down with me.
Yeah. Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. I wanted to jump on really quickly. Excuse this Saturday morning au natural look and terrible lighting. And as I'm editing this video, I realised that it probably needs a little bit of an introduction and explanation. This week is taking you back to June 28th. That Monday, we were going to ride, but she was cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Actually, that was the last video I did. As you will see, I'll insert the clips here now. She is still way more backwards and sticky than both of us would probably like her to be at this stage. She's still very young. We're realising that she's also probably a little bit weak. So we're being very patient. We're going to process everything and work everything out in the time that she needs. We've also started to realise coming into season does affect her work. Not in a terrible way. She's a little bit more defiant, has a few more opinions. And that's something, as we get to know her better, we take it into consideration. I also started having a couple of blocks in the round pen. So before Cindy gets on, instead of lunging, because we're not allowed to lunge in any of the arenas, we have a small round pen, but it's small enough to just free school. So I do that before each session. But what I'm realising this week that you're seeing now is that she's being also really stubborn in the round pen. And where she normally, I ask her to just turn in, change the rein, she went stopping, going the other way, spinning. After this week is through with the couple of ridden sessions, the Saturday afternoon, I say, right, lady, let's have this conversation. So what you're going to see is that round pen in session. I will voice over some of it because if you've not done a lot of this type of work yourself, or you don't have horses, it probably won't make much sense to you. But I find these little tiny things that can really easily get overlooked when you're working with a youngster are the things you need to pick up on and nip in the bud as soon as possible. As always, I really appreciate you guys coming along with us on the journey. Don't forget to drop a comment down below, like this video because it helps us in building the channel and keeps us motivated to do so, and subscribe. Anyway, let's stop blabbing and get to the video. So you can see right out of the gate, she's right in my space. She almost wants to barge through me to go the other way. Then she's asking to come in again. And she is being very rude. There's fine, she's putting her head down, but most of the time her head is facing out of the arena, away from me. And at this point, I've trotted her a little bit and she's ready to come in. You can see she's lowering her head, she's making the circle smaller. And she is being respectful, so I say, okay, you can come on in. And at that point, I ask for a join up. She's supposed to stay on my outside shoulder. And you can see she is trying to cut in. She's trying to get in front of me, which is rude. She knows she's not supposed to do that. But yeah, she tries it again. So I push her all the way back out. She tries it again. So this time I really say, no, come on. And she says, well, if we can't do it my way, I'm not going to do it. And this is exactly the frame of mind she was in this day. But I'm so glad we had this conversation because something we worked through here today made a big impact, because after this, things just go in a much better direction, as you'll see in the videos coming up. So there she tries to go on the inside again, but she has followed me around, so I compromise with her there. So you'll see here as I send her out, she tries to duck off the wrong way. She knows very well that she's not supposed to be going that way. She's just literally trying it on. She tries it on. This is a 40-minute session I've had to condense down. I never want to work her for that long, but this day it was necessary. I even got to the point where I just worked her in walk because I didn't want to overwork her, but she was going to have to do as she was told before we finished that day. And this might look very normal for you, but she's putting her head out to the outside. She's trying to avoid any pressure from me by moving on faster. And it's, for Fearn, very rude because she's normally such a well-behaved young lady. Good girl, well done. There she comes in nicely. So again, I reward her. And you'll see as we go to do the join up again, she's trying to rush in front of me and be the boss rather than waiting and following on nicely and doing as she's told. So here she's just being rude. She's blatantly being disobedient and trying to block me out and ignore what's being asked of her. So I go to say that I'm going to pick up the stick and send her back out, and she realises and says, okay, I'll come back in. So I ask for the join up again. I put my inside hand up this time just to block her from trying to come in on the inside. She does stay on the outside. Then she gets distracted again by the horizon. So I say hello. And she does come on round. But you can see she's very dismissive, not really with me at all. She's doing it, but maybe I will, maybe I won't at this point. So you can see she's still trying to move into my space, but we're getting a little bit better. When she does come in, and I've cut a lot of these out, she gets lots of time to stand and think, lots of rests in between the work when she is good, so that she knows that in the middle, when she behaves and she comes in nicely, is rest time, and that's her place of rest. If she's not doing as she's told in there, she has to go out and work. Unless you stop. Yeah, well done. Let's cross over. Yeah, well done. Good girl. Good girl. Keep going. It's really good, but it's a token gesture because you can see she tries to spin off and go the wrong direction. She knows very well, she does it again, that she's not supposed to be going that way. She's just trying it on to see how much she can get away with and how much she can get me to do it her way instead of having to do it mine. I just want to clarify, I'm not hitting her or trying to hit her with the whip. The whip is hitting the floor. I ask with a very subtle aid first, and she doesn't listen to that. It's backed up with something a lot more aggressive, so she learns to listen to a subtle aid the first time. This is a perfect example. I'm asking her to come in. She's ignoring me, so okay, you're not going to do as you're told. You're going to continue working. Again, I'm asking her to come in. She's staring to the outside, ignoring me. So I very quickly, as soon as she even thinks now about not coming in, she has to carry on working. Here, she turns in. So I drop the whip, let her know that she's being good, and I let her rest for quite a good long time. I give her lots of scratches. I let her catch her breath and give her a good amount of rest so that she gets reward for doing the right thing. This time she goes out the right way and stays the right way, which is great. So this is actually what I'm looking from her. is to come in, change the rein, go out on the other rein, come in and change back in. And I need her to do that 3 or 4 times consistently before we finish today, because she's coming in, giving me kind of a token 1 or 2, and then being naughty again. And I'm finding it particularly more so on the right rein than the left. Here you'll see she gets spooked by something. She's upset by something, but she circles smaller, which means can I come in? And then you'll see she does come in towards me. And I allow it because she's looking to me as a safe space. And if you think in terms of riding, if something happens and your horse wants to bolt off, it's much better that they want to stay with you as a place of comfort rather than just bolt off into the distance. So I allow it. I acknowledge that she's seen something, tell her it's okay, and then we crack back on again. So you can see she's still trying it on. She's still being a little madam and trying to do it her own way. And I'm not getting upset, I'm not getting angry, I'm just being calm and persistent and patient and letting her know, no, that's not the right way, this is the right way. And when you do the right thing, you get the reward. So you see here, she comes in nicely. That's off the left rein. This is mirrored backwards. That was her left rein. Now she's on her right rein. And you'll see when I ask her to come in on this rein, she just completely blanks me. So I ask her to walk on. She stops. I ask her to walk on again, and then I give her a bit more of a sharper come on. And you'll see it takes me quite a bit of time to bring her in on this right rein. To the point where now if she so much as stops and doesn't do the right thing, boom, get on. She's getting tired at this point because she has been trotting around for a little bit. I'm getting a bit concerned that she's worked too hard. So I'm not asking for trot, by the way, only if she stands still or ignores me. But she's choosing the gait that she's in right now. And she's still going. So you'll see here she does come in, and because she has, I drop the whip and I let her come in and stand and get some rest. I want more than that out of her, but because it's taken so many tries to get her to do the right thing, I instantly reward her for doing the right thing. What I'm looking for her is to be able to do the right thing every time, at least 5 or 6 times in a row, and then I know she's got it and she's not just throwing the odd token one in but not really learning the lesson. So you can see here the join up is way better and more respectful than the first one. She's giving more space, staying in the right place, and she's already starting to realise she's got to behave herself. So she is quite tired at this point, but she's still being stubborn and resistant. And however difficult these sessions are, they're necessary. And it's good to have these conversations because all she's doing is testing her boundaries with me. And they continue to do this all the time. And if we didn't get through all of this and end on the right note today, it would have probably been a much bigger resistance the next time. And she's trying every little trick in the book to see if she can use or what she can use to get out of doing it my way and being in charge, basically. So, yeah, these are challenging sessions, but they're very necessary. And they're helping her learn, you know, what's acceptable and what isn't. And without you showing her that, she's never going to know because her instinct is to rule and control if she can. I don't know if you can hear me there, but I can tell she's tired, and I'm saying to her, okay, let's try not to do any more trotting. Let's get this done, but let's do it in walk so that you're not tiring yourself out.
ask for that one. Don't ask for that one, so she's still being defiant, aren't you? Good girl. Good girl. That way. Well done. No, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yes, good girl. This way. That's okay. Now you're in the chicken again. Right, along the way. Girl, well done. Well done, good girl. Hey, hey, hey.
So here she sparks up being quite defiant again, and you see I keep calm. I'm not getting angry or upset. I'm just saying no, wrong answer, no, wrong answer, until she finally clicks of what the right answer is and that she's not going to get away with the testing and all the little tricks she's trying to do it her own way.
No. No.
And you can just see on this right rein, she's just completely blocking me out. She's looking to the outside, almost like can't hear, can't see you. She can hear and see me when I drive her forwards, but she's completely ignoring the cue to come in. There she gets it, and almost runs me in because she has a little spook. Here she's starting to lower her head and be a little bit more submissive. Little madam.
Good girl. Good girl.
Again, because it's taken me so long to get the right answer, as soon as she does turn in towards me and comes in on the right hand rein that time, I drop the whip. I let her have a good long break and rest, so she gets plenty of reward for doing the right thing. She's still showing some resistance on the join up, but she's getting better. She's not trying to push me out the way and try and go her own way, at least now.
Good girl. Okay, walk on. Walking. Walking. Just walk. Woo.
At this point, I've cut loads of it out, but I just walk with her alongside her for ages, just so that she can calm down, relax, de-stress, stop panting and moving so fast. So I have a good walk break with her for a while before asking her to do anything again, and then you see she comes in nicely. Little madam still tries to cut the wrong way. And it just shows you how resilient and defiant she is. But little does she know, she has met her match when it comes to that. Yes, good girl. Keep walking. Good girl. So you can see now she's finally starting to come in on every single ask. She's starting to go the right way. And I think we have a few more like this, maybe 5 or 6 turns to come in and cross over and come back again. And then we call it a day. She finally gets the message. She says, okay, I'm going to do as I'm told. And we managed to end this session on a really good note. But let me tell you, it took a long time. It took a lot of testing on her part and a lot of patience and perseverance on my part. And as I said, this is very much out of character for Fearn, but she is in season, and that does make her a little bit more defiant than usual. But it just goes to show that all of them will test their limits at times. And it is super important, and the number one gift you can give any horse is to teach them good manners and respect. As you can see, she has got her stuff together, and she has done several now asks to come in, change the rein, go the other way, change the other rein. She's gone the right direction each time. She hasn't had to be corrected. And so I do this again and again to make sure that it's not a fluke, that it really is in there, and she really does understand what it is I'm saying every time, and she's doing it because she's told to, not because she feels like it the odd time. And that is the note that we end this session on today. Thankfully, we get to end it in a really good place. And I'm so thankful that we did, because moving on from here, this session made a massive difference to the next ridden session. And we've just gone from strength to strength from here on in, as you're going to see in the next videos. So she gets to come in now. She gets a lot of praise, pats, hugs. She sees she's licking and chewing, starting to relax. And I make a real big fuss of her. For quite a while, we must stand there for about 10-15 minutes, and I just give her lots of praise for doing the right thing. And then I take her in, I give her a nice shower off because she was a bit hot and sweaty, and a feed once she's calmed down.